Today we're going to be looking at some market movers. First, we're going to be looking at Urza's power plant. This is the columns version, the original printing, of course, antiquities. Now, whenever I see any of these older Urza's power plants and all the Urza's mines and towers from this block, I get a little sad and I get a bit of FOMO because I, a few years ago, had an opportunity to buy a playset of every single one of them, and it would have came to $2 each. So when I see these spike aggressively, like 7.6% from 13.16 to 14.16, yeah, I start to wonder what it would have been like if I would have just purchased those. I mean, it's not like I would have made a fortune off them, but either way, it's sad that I missed out on that. And our number 14th spot on this list today we're going to talk about is Phyrexian Devourer, and this is actually a reserve list card from Alliances, and it's up 8.08% today from 13.36 to 14.44. Now, Alliances it's not a very small print run, but it is smaller than the standards that we are accustomed to today. But it's a reserve list card, and it's a nice artifact that has been on a lot of people's radar for quite a while. If you look at the spikes that have been happening from any reserve list card, really, from around Eternal Masters, this is one of those cards. And the next card we are going to be looking at on this list at number 13 is Misho's Factory. This is the summer version. There is obviously a winter version. There's other different versions as well. This one specifically at spiking is the summer version. It's up 8.56% from $87.50 to $94.99. Now, Antiquities, it's one of those sets that it's been spiking more recently. If you actually look at that graph, it went really crazy in 2018 and then calmed down, but it looks like now it's trying to get back to some of those old highs. It's an older card, and people want to pick up those old copies and fill out their collection. So we have right here Voodoo Doll. This is from Legends, and Legends was a very, very small print run. Especially for the English versions of the set. This is not a reserve list card, though, but nonetheless, there is a lot of interest in this. People are trying to pick them up, fill out their collection, and this is actually up 10.01% today from $9.99 to $10.99. Now, the reserve list craze and like the older format buyouts that were happening in 2018 are kind of starting to happen again now. But, you know, people just looking for safe places to put their money, and older cards seem to be one of those places that they're going to put their assets into. Speaking of more older cards, Ball Lightning from the Dark. This is up 10.44% from $28.84 to $31.85. So this is on MTG stock. Some of these card prices, they're mostly based off of TCG Player. So any listings, sometimes if it's a really aggressive spike, it could be a faulty listing, but this looks pretty accurate. It's a big move, but, you know, it's an older card, and again, people want to get those old cards to fill out their collections, and, you know, it's just a collector's item more so than any of the Magic cards today because of the lower print run and obviously the scarcity. And we have another card here that's an old and on the reserve list, Candelabra of Tonos. Wow. Candelabra, sorry, of Tonos. That was terrible. That was really bad. So this is up 13.8% from $2,824 to $3,214. Now, that is quite an aggressive spike. Look at that right there at the end there. And it looks like this has been going up. It's been creeping up a lot more lately. This isn't a day spike. This has been on a lot of people's reserve list buyouts lists for quite a while, and today it's getting one of those nice healthy percentage jumps. So we have Chromium. This is Chromium. This is a Legends card, a dragon. This is 15.28% up from $35.99 to $41.49. Now this is not a reserve list card, but a lot of Legends cards. Again, it's a very small print run. One of the smallest from the older waves of sets, and this has been getting a lot of interest from 2017-18 onward, and now we're starting to see some of those exact similar spikes from all the reserve list buyouts back in the day and all those older cards. So yeah, this is a good place to put your money. So we're going to be looking at, this is not an older card actually, this is Gisella, the Broken Blade from Eldritch Moon. It's not at its all-time high. It is one of the most expensive cards from this set. It's up 15.63% from $19.71 to $22.79. Now, that is quite the jump. Why? It's because it's a great card in Commander, and honestly, one of the best cards that you can get in any of the Eldritch Moon block, because it's an angel. It flips over, and you can actually pair it with another angel, and you can create this gigantic Eldrazi beast, which is really fun in Commander. And I love picking up this card in pre-release when I actually cracked it open pre-release. So we have Fastball, and this is another reserve list card. This is the revised edition going up today from 15.85%, from $20 to $23.17. Now, that is a nice healthy jump. I'm expecting to see a lot more increases in any reserve list card. And if you look at those spikes, they're very aggressive. Obviously, some of them are buyouts, but it's a reserve list card, so and from revised. So there's probably more copies out there than you think. So I wouldn't be paying these prices as of yet. I'd wait for it to cool off if you're looking to pick up one of these cards for your collection, or maybe a card for your Commander deck. So we have Adun Oakenshield from Legends. This is another reserve list card. A lot of reserve list cards here today that we're talking about. This is up 19.45%, from $100 to $119.45. It's crazy. There's a lot of aggressive spikes today in MTG stocks, very similar to the regular stock market today. If you guys have any stocks, that was quite the bullish day. But speaking of bullish, reserve list seems to be very bullish as well today. And Adun Oakenshield is one of those cards. It's also from Legends, again, smaller print run, and a lot of people want to fill out that collection. All right, we have Elvish Harbinger. This is not reserve list. This is a card that has showed up on this Market Watch quite a few times now. This is the third time we've spoke about this exact copy from Dual Decks Anthology. This is up 21.98% again, from $7.37 to $8.99. And there is a lot of interest in this card. The Dual Deck Anthologies, there's not a lot of copies of it out there available, but this was originally from the Loren block. Again, Elf Druid, great in tribal decks, and Elves are probably the most, if not one of the most powerful tribes in Commander that players can use. And the next card on the list that we're going to be talking about today is another card that we've talked about recently. It's Boyle, Classic 6th Edition. This is up 33.07% today, from $3.75 to $4.99. That is a nice jump there. I used to have so many of these in my bulk collection. I'm going to have to start going through them again, because the more this thing aggressively spikes, the more money there is potentially if I can list these on eBay. So I'm going to be going through that, and I hope you guys have some of this in your bulk too. You can try to find. We have another card here that is a reserve list card, Vesuvian Doppelganger. This is up quite a lot today. It's a 44.75% jump, from $43.49 to $62.95. Now this is revised, so again, probably a lot more copies out there than you think, so I wouldn't be paying these aggressive prices as of yet. I would try to see if you could fish, maybe look for some deals on eBay, or maybe locally. There might be some stuff even on Card Kingdom or TCG Player that you could find that is going to be cheaper than this, obviously. And our next card on the list we want to talk about is not a reserve list card. It's not even that old of a card, actually. It's Polluted Bonds from Shadowmoor. And this is up 64.24%, from $30.93 to $50.80. Now, Shadowmoor, again, it's one of those sets that it's not a lot of copies available. It was printed in the late 2000s, and, that was near the recession. So, a lot of people aren't buying Magic cards, and that's one of the reasons why this card is spiked so aggressively, but also it's a great card in Commander. And our last card on the list, and the big winner for today, is Island Fish Jesconius. And this is up 99%, from $30 to $59.99. Now, this is not a reserve list card, but Arabian Nights are pretty much reserve list in itself, because it was a very, very small print run, and it was the first expansion in Magic the Gathering. So for that reason alone, there's not a lot of copies out there in good condition. If you could find one of these in good condition, it will fetch a heavy price tag, just like a lot of cards in Arabian Nights. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this Market Movers, and I will see you again in the next video, hopefully real soon, with some nice price moves, and we can discuss them on that video, and I'll see you next time.